So I'm trying something a little bit different today, and I don't think it's going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. It's a voyage of discovery. You might hear some wind noise. I'm in the car. It's a sunny day. I've just got in the car, and it's Sunday, and I've moved the microphone a little bit closer. I'm not sure that's going to work, but we'll see how bad it sounds later on when I play it back. So, today's episode, there's pygmies living back there. So, I've been in the house I'm in at the moment probably nearly a year, maybe a bit less. September, October, 2 plus 6, 7, 9 months. And when I moved in, the grass in the back garden was pretty overgrown. Now, as you may or may not know, my disdain for physical activity, physical work, is legendary. So it hasn't been cut since. And it's now July. It's quite warm, quite sunny, certainly by Irish standards. It's very warm today, actually. I don't know what the temperature is. 18 degrees. Yeah, that's hot for Dublin. The shorts are coming out by the look of it. So there's a lot of grass, and comments have been made, I think, that there could be pygmies living back there in the back garden. So I've decided to do something about it. I'm trying to follow the path of least resistance and find the easiest, most expeditious way to get it looking something reasonable. I'm really not looking for a bowling green or a cricket pitch, a football field. I'm looking for something that's is relatively easy for me to do to get it under control. So in Ireland and the UK, for those of you outside those countries, we have a shop, a retailer called Argos. Now Argos is quite interesting because they produce a catalogue, a printed catalogue. To this day they still do it, and it's huge, and every year it gets bigger. And essentially the MO is you take the catalogue home, have a read, pick what you want, make a note of the numbers, come into the store, queue, go to the I don't know what it is, the checkout, give them the numbers, hopefully they're in stock, you pay, and then you wait next to an aperture, an orifice, an area like a counter, and behind it is a warehouse, the warehouse of dreams, filled and overflowing with tat that you don't really need. So they've improved this system slightly. If, like me, you don't like talking to humans, they've introduced these machines where you can actually type the code in and pay for it without any human interaction, though you're still expected to walk up to this orifice when your number comes up, because you're given a number and a place to stand, A, B, C or D normally, and then there's a little bit of interaction when it arrives. Thank you very much. They stamp your receipt and off you go. There is another dimension now that you can actually reserve online from home, and I quite like doing this because if it's not in stock, well, it's not worth going and getting it. And I think the stock thing is important to me, because if something's not in stock, I might as well get it from Amazon. I might as well order it online and wait a week for delivery. So the stock thing is a big deal. So today I've ordered from Amazon 2 items. Sorry, not Amazon. I've ordered from Argos. Reserved. I haven't even ordered them. I've reserved them. I haven't paid for them yet. 2 items from Argos. One is a hedge trimmer, a cordless, of course. I really don't do the cord thing anymore. I appreciate it's a few euro cheaper, and that's always good to get a corded version. But no, the garden's quite big, and I might have to have the full range, to way beyond what the cable could muster. And I've also got getting a strimmer as well. I did think about a lawnmower. Certainly on its own it would not be able to be up to the job. It's okay once it's under control, I suppose, but I'm quite happy to use the strimmer when it gets out of hand every few months. I'm not going to cut the grass every week like some of the neighbours. I'll cut it when I feel like it, which is not very often. I'm also a very busy guy, and it's not uncommon for me to work 7 days a week, 14, 15 hours a day. there are long periods when I do that, so I don't have a lot of time or inclination or the effort to do it. And I know what you're thinking out there. I know what you're going to say. Why don't you pay someone? Why don't you pay a man or woman to cut the grass? And I have that option. It's always there. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't need doing very often, and maybe a bit of physical activity will do me good.